Hey guys, welcome to Holtz with TGS. We've got this, the Westley Richards detachable lock gun to show you today, and it is possibly one of the finest actions ever built. Before I go into the provenance of this gun, which is exciting in itself, or the exciting technical aspect, let's have a quick look over at what you actually get. Well, this is a Westley Richards in 7x65R. However, it was not always in 7x65R. This was actually originally made in 256 caliber and was one of a pair. However, this is the only one that we got now. Starting at the back, we have a complete iron heel plate with a pop-open pouch. And there is nothing inside, but there is two holes bored that perhaps could have taken a grease pouch and a pull through. You have a sling swivel, a gold escutcheon that sits proud of the wood, where that wood shrunken with age, and that wood, given the age of the gun, is absolutely beautiful. This gun was actually completed in 1913 and actually was for the Maharajah of Alwah, so it's got some decent provenance. Moving into the actual, we've got a little raised cheek piece there with beautiful tight checkering and checkering on the flats there up into the action. Bit of a fashionable thing, you see some guns with and some guns without it. It's not something that I personally am absolutely in love with, but it exists. You have quite a bold scroll work across the action, across the floor plate with a cantha scroll across the trigger tank there. In fact, on that floor plate, it's a much tighter scroll. It's quite loose on the outside, not too much shading, not too much detail, but it does give good coverage. So the action size on it will be that little bit deeper where it's a rifle. Certainly where you have the slightly larger drop locks out of it, they're a slightly deeper action anyway, plus you have these massive magnum chambers. Given this gun's a little bit older and steel isn't what it is now, there's a lot of safety there, right? Moving on, you have the two mounts that are being drilled and tapped to the top, and they take this little Swarovski Habich scope in 1.5 to 4x20. The whole thing actually comes cased in this sort of more modern canvas case, which is alright, is what it is. It's not quite as nice as the gun, but we'll live with that. You have express sights on there for 200 and 300 yards. The standard fixed rear blade is 100. After the quarter rib, you'll notice you have some beautiful acanthus scroll, although it is starting to wear, and it is engraved Westley Richards, 178 New Bond Street, London, gunmakers by appointment to His Majesty George V, Rex et Imp. Taking a quick step back down the gun before we go any further, you have a trap in the pistol grip cap as well, and that's for ammunition, as is the back if needed. A good way of storing ammo, more importantly just a beautiful bit of gun make, it really is. That trigger tank is actually inlet into the grip cap, and the whole thing is just beautiful as always. The fore end is a Dealing Edge pattern release catch, which shows fairly unexotic ejector system inside. And most importantly now, the Westley Richards detachable locks. A lot of people call these drop locks, but apparently the correct name is detachable lock. So that's what we call them. What you do, you have this little catch in the front here, you pull this back, the trapdoor opens at the bottom, and out come your detachable locks. 1 and 2. A very interesting design if you look at it, because essentially what it is well, it's a box lock strapped to a little plate that you can take out. It's extremely simple when you put it like that, but it's actually really complicated. More importantly, it's beautifully jewelled throughout with Westley Richards, a serial number and a patent stamp on the back. A great thing to do to be able to carry spare ones in the field if you are going on safari with such a thing, because the gun's never going to let you down. From a modern perspective, taking these out will render this gun completely safe and inert. So, not that you can't leave it in a gun cabinet, but if you are travelling with a detachable lock gun and detached locks, it's just a lump of steel and wood, which is, I suppose, quite a nice thing. Beautifully put together. Always been a fan of these, they're just unbelievable. Not particularly complex, just nice. Anyway, let's put it back together and talk about the previous owners. This gun really is a lump, and you're actually all the way through it. A big thick action, a big thick neck on the stock. It does have a very small crack going through it actually. It's an extremely substantial gun, which you do need because 7x65R is quite big. And the original ammo caliber was fairly big as well, but nice. This is built as a robust gun as much as it is built as a bit of a showpiece. So, who was the Maharajah of Alwah? His Highness Sir Jai Singh Prabhakar ruled the princely state of Alwah between 1903 and 1933. He was recorded as a good leader at first, and was so. He helped farmers and did all sorts of good things, but he did start spending state money on hunting trips. And I think we can probably all relate to that, somewhere along the line, spending money you shouldn't on going hunting, shooting and fishing. But he did it to the point that actually he was stripped of all his power eventually and moved to Paris, where he died aged 54, which is a bit of a shame really. But before that, he did have this pair of guns made. Crazy times, beautiful gun, amazing action design. Beautiful bit of history. Guys, thank you very much. Thank you very much to Holtz. It's been brilliant to check this gun out, and we'll see you soon.